guys, what is up? What is up? What is up? Somebody give me a 5 for 5 in there and let me know where everything's okay, and we will get to going here. Alright, cool. Good to see everybody. Hey guys, thanks for coming by, swinging by the live stream here. I'm not really sure how long this one's going to go. It could be normal, it could be short, or actually could be a little long, depending on what road we go down here. But I'm going to change a few things here on my channel. I'm going to start doing like a morning report for you guys, because I kind of feel like I haven't been putting out enough videos for you guys and just giving you guys updates and stuff. I'm still going to do the live streams whenever I can, but it may be something where I hop on to a live stream first thing in the morning. It's going to be a short one. If it does run long, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put timestamps in the description box for people that just want to come here and get the information in bulk, because I get it, all right? I really do. But there are also other people here that want to, connect and talk and have conversation back and forth. So I want to respect that also. So I think if we do that, that'll probably be a pretty good mix. Like if we have a live stream that goes a little bit longer, I'll put some timestamps down in the description box for everybody, and all they have to do is fast forward to the description box to the timestamp, and you're good to go. So I really do appreciate that. Everybody coming back here, it still blows my mind that you guys even want to come here and listen to my more educated, but not highly educated whatsoever, opinion on things. And, I try to get it right whenever I can. And when I don't, and I get corrected, I come out and let you guys know. So we're going to go ahead and jump into it. And I want to say a special thanks to all my moderators. You guys do a great job. All my subscribers. I mean, you guys are just awesome. I don't have anything bad, negative, or anything to say on that end, guys. I've been kind of a little unmotivated lately, and there's some things there that's, every once in a while as a YouTube creator, you'll find yourself wondering if you're actually making any difference or if it's really what you should be doing or not. Especially those of us that don't like monetize our channels, because there's really nothing, and what keeps me here is the connection I've built with you guys. And, I do like doing this. I do like doing the Space Weather thing, but I want to get out into other things too and talk to people about their opinions and get into new stuff too. So, and that's just kind of what I just wanted to give you guys a little update on why I haven't been doing a whole lot of videos. Just to be frank with you, I've been just not very motivated. I haven't felt the best anyway, but that, I don't want to bring that negativity to you guys. Sometimes you just look around and you kind of feel like you're alone sometimes out here. And I know, you guys are always here for me and all that kind of stuff, but you still get to feel that way sometimes, especially when, you just don't have a whole lot of, I don't know, I don't even know how to put it. It's just a really weird thing that a channel creator goes through sometimes. Even though there might not be no negativity directly at me, we kind of sense it, and it really does like demotivate you big time sometimes. And, and the best thing to do for a creator, anybody out there has a channel like this, just back off for a minute, take a break. I've come so close so many times to shutting this thing all the way down. And I know there's probably a lot of people out there that want me to do that, but, and that's another thing that keeps me motivated. Because I know what we talk about here sometimes isn't necessarily mainstream stuff. And that's just what, Anyway, let's just get into it. Sorry. Yeah, you can't be sensitive. You said it right. The Chosen, J-A-E-L. You cannot be sensitive if you're running a channel, guys. If you guys are, I had to fight that big time. I mean, I'm a very sensitive person. I wear my feelings on my sleeve for the most part. I don't like I don't like confrontation or arguments. That's why I try to, be in the middle and just show observation and let people have their own opinions. And there's things that I've been researching lately that have been, that I want to bring to you guys, but I know that it could cause some conflict if I do. And I don't want that to happen, but, it is what it is. I'm not going to withhold what I think is going on from you guys just because it might upset a few people. But, and that is what it is, guys. I just try to give it to you how I see it. And that's it. So thank you guys. I know it's a big long rant for all that, but it is what it is. So, we'll do the information here first and then we'll talk after. So what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to put the chat away for at least a few minutes here. But, as you guys can see here, we've got a decent sized Schumann event going on right now. What's causing this? Just to be honest with you, I have no clue. This could be the sun, but I don't think it is. It probably has something to do with what's going on with space weather, but I don't think that's the whole deal here. We have to understand that this thing doesn't necessarily react just to things that are coming from the outside. Okay, stuff can happen, especially around the local sites of these. And that's the biggest thing I fight with this Schumann thing is that when I show people this, I have to say every time that this is a local tool. At best, this is regional. This is not global conditions. Okay, we have to understand this. This is in Russia. Tomsk, Russia is where this tool is located. And so many people run over to this and they get ringing in their ears or something, and they want to say, "Hey, it was this." Well, you got to look in your local, your local area somehow. And to be honest with you guys, I don't know how to get to those kinds of things. I don't. I know you can get to this one. I think there's another one out there we can access and I can show you guys. But you can actually get these detectors fairly cheap on the internet. So if you really want to know what's happening right where you're at, you can change your Schumann just in your space. There's channels out there, guys. Go out there and look at them. They will show you resonances. And they have different frequency levels. And they go up and down depending on what you're trying to get to. And there's a lot of even controversy around all that. What does what? This, that, and the other. And, so that is what it is. But right now, guys, look at this thing. I mean, it definitely, this is something is happening, at least over there. I tend to think that this is probably a global thing right now because when you do get these long-lasting events, typically it is. Not always, but typically. So, yeah. Let's, want to do that. Did I? Okay, there we go. What do I do here? I want to do that. Okay. So, what's your guys? I'd like to know your guys' opinion on that. I mean, what do you guys think about the Schumann? Do you guys hold that at high regard like I do, or do you guys have different opinions on that? Is that something that, I mean, yeah, get your bare feet on the ground. That's a good comment there. It's called grounding, guys. It literally works. It really does. Go outside, get your feet, get your socks and everything off. Get your feet in the dirt. Ground out to earth. You have to. It will make you feel better, I promise. It just does. Okay? I'm not going to get into the science behind it, but it does. It works. So just try it. I mean, what's it going to hurt? Think about it, guys. When we were kids, we were really happy, most of us, right? Because we really didn't have too many cares in the world, but at the same time, I can remember being a kid and very seldom had my shoes on. I was outside running around my shoes off. Even people that live in the city. Okay? Kids just do that. Most kids have to be told to get your shoes on. Hey, Bonnie, so hey, Axe, what's up, guys? Bob Dobbs in the house. But yeah, it most definitely works, okay? And if you don't think it does, just try it. Give it an honest attempt. And if it doesn't work for you, okay. Well, so you went outside and got your feet a little bit dirty. What's the harm? You know what I mean? Nothing that there's no drawback to it. You're not going to hurt yourself, not going to bother anybody else, but you have the advantage that you may end up helping yourself. So try it out. All right, so space weather. Now, there's been stuff going on the sun, okay, but there hasn't been a whole lot directed at Earth. And that's why I haven't really been rushing out here trying to give you guys any kind of reports. If there was, I would have been doing that. If something, big time had happened. Nothing big is going on. You can see right here, had a couple little flares. We got to remember, this is X-ray production, right? So when we're talking about flares, we got A, B, C, M, and X class flares. It's been a minute since our total baseline X-ray flux here is actually kind of low. We haven't seen it this low for a while. So, what does that mean? Well, pretty much absolutely nothing, other than that when we do get another, a flare from a sunspot, it will have to flare a little bit harder to get us up, a little bit further. Typically, it does take a little bit extra. So, the higher the baselines, we were running really close, up almost to a middle B-class flare without any flares. The sun was producing that much X-ray towards Earth. How's that possible? Well, sunspots themselves put off X-ray. Okay? That's just what happens. So when you see all the sunspots on the sun, this baseline will rise. So when one of those sunspots decides it wants to flare, it doesn't have to flare as much to get you up into a C or an M or an X class flare. Where it just it's easier for the sun to get you to a higher situation. Now, we don't talk much about the proton flux. That's pretty much for radiation storms and stuff like that. Those happen, but they're not as often as the other stuff we talk about. Geomagnetic activity. I'm going to let you guys see this real quick. Notice that, Rip hit me up, texted me yesterday and was asking me, hey, what about this, this solar flare was supposed to be hitting Earth, or we're supposed to get geomagnetic storms. Well, let me show you something here, guys. Look. We didn't get anywhere close, and this is why I didn't jump out here, because there were a lot of people saying we were going to get to some G1 storm or this, that, and the other. Just running out and just blasting it out there. And I've been reserved from doing that lately because I've noticed that we've come into a pattern almost that back in November, when everybody thought, including myself, thought we were really going to ramp up and go fast, right? Sun was going to get real active, because it did. And then it died back off. Then it got busy again. Then it died back off. Got busy again. Died back off. And we're talking low periods of a week or more. Now we have to understand we're very early on in the sun cycle. Okay, so this up and down stuff is normal. And what it does is it causes me to be a little bit more reserved, because I don't want to be the person out here screaming and yelling something and not meaning to cry wolf, but that essentially is what happens. If you come out and say, hey, oh no, 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 so many times, eventually people are going to be like, well, I'll just check this stuff out next week, because it's probably not going to do anything anyway. It's kind of like tornado warnings, okay? You ever notice how for a lot of people, they don't take it very serious sometimes, especially if you don't live in Tornado Alley? Where I live, we'll get tornado warnings probably 4 or 5 times a year, but we very seldom have an actual tornado. What does that do? It causes people not to take that warning as serious. They think, oh, this is probably nothing, I'm going to go back to bed. And all it takes is that one time. So that's why I try. It's a hard line to walk. Okay, so when I see something on whatever tool I'm looking at, if I think there's a chance that we might get something, I might bring it to you guys. But unless it's going to be almost a definite thing, I'm not going to come out here and start screaming it. I think that's the wrong thing to do. I really do. You guys know I don't look for clicks and views and stuff like that. It's more about just getting it right for me. So I really hope that you guys understand that when that's why I do that. Okay. So, geomagnetic storms, not much going on there, guys. This was probably that hit. It just didn't get us to where they thought it was going to. Now, and spaceweather.com does a great job. Okay? Go give them some love. They do a really great job. But check this out. Chance of minor storms today. That was the 13th. 13th's over. We didn't get nowhere near a KP of 5. That would be a G1 class storm. Now, if I go back to the 13th, okay, well, it's still saying the same thing. Let me go back to the 12th. Windy with the chance of storms. See, we've been talking about this, and we're talking about wind speeds could top 600 kilometers a second. We didn't even come close to that. Okay, and they didn't do nothing wrong over here. Let me tell you that right up, because they were getting their information from like NOAA and stuff like that. So when they say just a chance, please take that word very seriously. Chance. It's not a definite thing. Remember, the sun, 93 million miles away. It's got a long way to travel before it gets here. Okay? So I wanted to point that out. And I hope people grab that. I really do. I hope they understand why I even bring that up. I'm not taking a shot at anybody because they're just going off of what the agencies or the entities that give us the data here, they're going off of what they're saying. Like right here, this is NOAA Prediction Center. If you guys ever come over here, you look here, this is the KP index. Right? This 13th, 14th, and 15th. This is their official forecasting. But you got to keep reading. Now it says no G1 minor or greater geomagnetic storms are expected because the 13th is over. Pretty much. Now you got to remember they're talking UTC time, so look at the last bar here. 13th's gone. It's over. Even their forecasting here, look. These are ones all the way down through here. 2, 2, 3, 3. They were wrong. They're wrong. They didn't hit it. They didn't get the forecast was wrong. Okay, now I'm not saying that is a huge thing because it's not. But what I'm saying is that they change this much like our weather, like the Weather Channel will change their stuff too, right? Because they do on the hour pretty much. They have to. And you'll notice if you guys come over here and look at this, this will do the same thing. And they're doing the right thing when they change these. Because whatever data's coming in, their model has to take that new data continuously and generate a forecast. And that's what you're seeing here. Okay? It's not 100%. I think there's like a 70% chance most of the time of being correct. I think that's, don't quote me on that percentage, but I think it's pretty close to that. Okay? So, with that being said, we'll move on. But you can see, also, if you just want a little quick, like, if you think we're going to get into geomagnetic storms, you can go up here, you click on these arrows, and it'll give you the next 3 days. Okay? Just remember that. Also, when you guys go over and look at these things, this is really what I want you to do. I want you to go look. You guys are smart enough to understand this, okay? I get a lot of times people, well, I can't understand it unless you explain it to me. Well, I'll help you understand it, but please think that you're smart enough to understand this, guys. Those of you that don't think that you are, I promise. I had this conversation with my father-in-law about his computer. He was wanting me to help him hook up his computer, and I would be more than happy to do that. But the reason why he didn't want to do it is because he thought he was going to screw it up. Didn't think he was smart enough to do it. And I was like, you can just key up whatever videos on YouTube, and you can figure it out. He's smart enough. He's a very smart man. Just like you guys. You guys are very smart people. I learned a lot from you guys, more than I could ever show. But anyway, here you can click on these, and it'll tell you no radio blackouts expected. Solar radiation storm impacts, nothing right now. Geomagnetic storm. So you can just click on these boxes, and it'll tell you. Okay? So as we go down through here, I don't usually show you guys these a whole lot because I'm showing it to you at a different time. But here is the solar visible light. All right, it's important to also understand what we're actually looking at as far as a filter goes. This is visible light. So what you're looking at there, that's a sunspot. Okay, and I think this is over here too. Yep, that's a sunspot too. I'm not sure if it's an official sunspot, but there is some activity going on there. I know it looks kind of hard to see. I'll take you over to ISWA and show it to you here in a few minutes. I've quit looking at the ACE data because the Discover data is way better. Okay. Where was it at? Is that it? Yep. Here's the Discover data. It's the same data, but it's more correct. It's way more correct. Plus, it's easier to look at. You know, look at the boxes. It gives you an exact date and time. So you can see how the orange here is the solar wind speed. Or that's density, I think. Hold on, let me look. Yeah, the orange is density. So as we're looking at this, nowhere, you know, it got up to like 13, 16, 23. 4 is what is normal. But I've seen us get really high dense stuff hit us and nothing ever happens. We fend it off really well. Because the BZ has to be -6 or bigger for it to really get into us real easy. So when you see this up here turn to purple, that's when you need to be looking. Okay? Plus, remember what that said back there on spaceweather.com? We were expecting 600 kilometers per second winds. It didn't even get over 400. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about. Now, it looks like we might be taking a little bit of a hit right now because if you see this right here, the density is going up and the solar wind speed is going down. They're doing the opposite because it does look that we do see that when we start getting hit with stuff. Now, the BZ isn't you know, in the right spot to be giving us any kind of big time issues because it's pretty much 0. So that's what we look for, okay? Just so everybody understands. And because I had some questions, why don't you show the ACE anymore? Well, I do, but I don't talk about it because this is an older way of getting the data. When this is like having issues and down, it will revert back to this as a backup. Okay, that's what it does. So just so everybody understands that. It doesn't mean that this is like irrelevant or anything. It just means that this one here, in my opinion, is better. Okay, let's go back here. Now, we did have this, okay? Sometimes these are cosmic ray glitches. Other times they're like, sometimes we'll get like a really quick X-ray burst or whatever. And we'll get these glitches here. Did something happen there? It did look like we had a little small eruption on the sun. And I'll show it to you here in just a minute. It's not nothing big, but it did look like we had some stuff going on there. I haven't been showing you guys this because I'm not sure what's going on with this tool. I'm going to push play here. Watch what this thing does. It starts off way back in October 2020. Not sure why it's doing that. Then it hops back up to where we're at currently, but nothing changes. I think something's wrong with this tool because it's staying this color all the time now. Nothing ever changes on it. So I'm not even going to show that to you guys until they either fix that or they may be just retiring that altogether. I don't know. Something else good. This is the sunspot number progression solar cycle. This is solar cycle 24, as you can see right there. This is 25. We're in the beginning stages of 25. Now, I would challenge all you guys, and I would really love for you guys to do this, is to go where we're at right now and go back 11 years, which would be the same place, close to the same place as we are right now in the beginning stages of solar cycle 25 and 24. So we're looking at basically the same month. Okay? And if you compare them, you can see similar ups and downs. Now, they might be greater or lower, but it seems like this is something that is normal. We get this little up pattern, and then we'll have to wait and see. And you can change this down here too, how far you want to go back and look. See if I go like this, see what it does. So you can actually see this right. This is their, this is historic data here. This is actually how it panned out. Notice between 23 and 24, how much it dropped. Now, if you look here, their projected values, it looks as though, unless the termination event on the sun happens and it really kicks us in the high gear, they're really saying that this sunspot cycle may not be all that strong. So, whether or not that happens, who knows? But it's also my opinion, and I know some people disagree with this or whatever. There's a lot of different opinions on this, but the data is showing that our magnetic field is weaker than what it was, and it's continuing to weaken. And that's going off of their data. I get it, but that's what we have to do. We can't get our own data. You know what I mean? We don't have that deep pockets like they got. So, but that's just my opinion on that. Now this here, okay, this is our this is our magnetosphere. This is wind speed, kilometers per second. Remember this, okay? You can see waves of stuff come in. Okay, remember, this is just showing you the velocity, speed only. Okay, and a lot of people ask me what's the red and blues. Well, if you look up here, the solar wind actually has a polarity. It has a charge, so it's either positive or negative, and you can tell what direction it's blowing by the charge. So when you see 600 and 600, so this is actually blowing to the right, and when you see the the blues pop in, that means it's blowing actually towards the sun. Okay? Notice, and this is something that we have to really take in consideration, anything behind this bow shock is halfway protected. Okay? Because our magnetic field is creating this back here. So, things can happen back here for whatever reason. Right? We are protecting whatever's right behind us, at least somewhat. And so things can move in different ways and do all kinds of crazy things back here, and they do. Are there other answers for what's going on? Is there something behind us? All those kinds of things? Well, yeah. I mean, I think that we can all agree that we can get space weather from behind us. We can. Cosmic rays especially come from all directions. So, when we get cosmic ray events, and that's kind of what spaceweather.com was talking about here. Okay, they really dug into this. Okay, they send up balloons and they get cosmic ray readings, and they've got a whole system set up. This is them. I mean, this is what they do, and they're really good at it. So when we come over here and we see the geomagnetic activity running really, really low. Okay, so if it's like 1 or 0 here on the geomagnetic activity chart for longer than 24 hours, you can bet your butt that we are getting more cosmic rays in. Okay, now I've explained cosmic rays before. I'm not sure if I have that capture. Hold on one second, guys. Not sure if I have it right here. I thought I had it right here, and I don't think I do. Oh, man. I don't think I do. So, yeah. I have I made a little diagram of what cosmic rays do when they hit our atmosphere. Okay? They hit our atmosphere, they split into 2 separate particles. Muons is what we typically are concerned with because that's really what radiation we would be getting. It can actually cause big problems for us if it was massive. Now, we have to understand that those muons, it takes a lot. Now, people that fly a lot, people that fly high latitudes, which is towards the poles, have to really pay attention to this. The airline industry actually, makes the pilots and stuff look at that stuff. I think it's anything over 800 hours a year. They really have to pay attention because it's like taking a big dose of X-ray, guys. It really is. It's radiation. Especially pregnant women need to pay attention to this if they're going to fly. So, yeah. Now, okay. So, where was I? Here. Okay, so got you over here, Iswa. And I'll take you over to SDO here in a minute, but I want to show you this first. Okay? You're going to see a little hand kind of kick out right here where my cursor is. Watch it. See that? That was an eruption. It's not coming at us. Okay, that's the 171 angstrom, by the way. Now, I'm going to take you over to SDO here in a second, too, and show you a little bit different. But I want to show you guys these. I don't show you guys these enough, and it's kind of a mistake. I should be showing them to you more often because they're more valid than what we give them. More people need to be looking at these. Okay, so what is this? This, you can go up here on ISWA on the solar tab, go to tab 1, and you can get all these. Okay, so what this is this is going to show you coronal holes. And you can run a time lapse. This thing detects coronal holes. Where is Earth right now? Earth is just to the north of the equator of the sun right now. We kind of go up and down depending on what time of year it is. Okay? So when these coronal holes line up right with Earth, we get a little concerned with solar wind because that's how it's a hole in the sun's corona. And it lets out all those charged particles. And we get a lot of geomagnetic storms from these. So you can come over here and you can look at what their detection is. Where they're seeing they'll map it out. Instead of going up here trying to look at this purple one, and trying to decide how big the coronal hole is, you can go down here and just simply look at it. Okay? So, yeah. So I don't know. I don't know. Is everybody okay in there, guys? I just want to make sure. So, yeah. Come on, guys. No fighting in there, okay? Please. I mean, I just don't. There's too much of that crap going on, and I just don't need it. Honestly. Just being serious, guys. That's part of my lack of motivation, just to be honest with you. There's so much fighting, and I'm so sick and tired of it. I really am. I'm not part of any of it, but I'm telling you, man, it really weighs on people. I hear a lot more of it because I do the channel and I hear stuff in the background, okay? I'm just so sick of it. And that's really part of why I haven't done a video in the past few days. I just couldn't get myself to do it. So without going any further than that, please just be okay in there. You guys know, just be adults. Mods, please use your wrench if you need to. Okay? That's why you have it. And I trust you guys. So, whatever you guys, don't be crazy or nothing like that. Just, let them have their opinions and all that kind of stuff and have a voice. But, they start attacking people, calling people names. That stuff can't happen here. We don't do that here. So, just so you know, I shouldn't really even have to say that. But, man. Anyway, coronal holes and sunspots. You can see the sunspot groups. Okay? These are the official ones. 2835. It's beta gamma. I'm not going to go into what that means right now. But if you go down here, that was back on the 27th of June. So if you go forward, this is what we got right now. 2842, 2841. So those are official sunspots. Now, if you want to know the chances of them flaring, at least, over here, this is what you get. You can look at these active areas and official sunspot areas, and they'll give them a percentage. MX class flare. They give them a percentage of that happening. Notice how everything's really low. Why is that? Well, because these sunspots don't have any buddies to play with right now. You know, they got to have opposite stuff over here, and they got to crash into each other a little bit magnetically. That's when the eruptions happen. So that's been what it is. So, yeah, there it is. Now, you got filaments too. We talk about filaments a lot. Now, this one here is actually not the best model, I don't think, because it does do some kind of crazy stuff looking here, and it doesn't really, I don't think it does all that great of a job of picking up the filaments, okay? I would much rather go up here to the 304, and all you got to do, guys, is go up here to the 304 and look for shadows, and there'll be long lines of dark shadows. Those are filaments. Okay, right here's one. So if I start moving that back and forth, you're going to see how it's even standing up right here? See how it's moving? Okay? And they're real easy to see on the limbs, right? Because that's where I show you guys solar rain, solar vortexes like solar tornadoes. I show you they're really photogenic when they're on the limbs of the sun. Okay? So, yeah. Now, let's, I'm going to take you guys to SDO real quick. I'm sorry this is kind of all over the place a little bit. I just hadn't done a show in a minute, and I really felt bad. Just so you know. That's why I'm here right now. Not that something big time's going on. It's just that there is things going on. Now, this is SDO. You guys know what SDO is, right? I mean, I've mentioned it so many times. It's the satellite that's right. Oh, matter of fact, let me do this real quick. Check this out. Okay? I get asked a lot, what is a Lagrange point? Okay? A Lagrange point is a point between two objects in space, and it's in such a position, like L1 right here. This is where SDO and SOHO are. The gravitational pull from the Earth and the Sun are pulling at this satellite to keep it in its position. It's called a Lagrange point. Now, L3, that's a good Lagrange point too, but we can't use it that much because it's on the back side. We can't communicate with stuff on the back side of the sun back here. There's no way to communicate to it. So it would be doing, so many, we really couldn't even get its data unless they moved it and then put it back. So why do they use these Lagrange points? Well, because they don't have to burn as much energy. Because they'll stay in the spot. They'll have to do some movement once in a while to keep them in that spot. But not, if you took this and you moved it to here, they'd have to do it a whole lot more. Or here. Now, L4 and 5, they move these quite a bit. Okay? But they're still a Lagrange point. They're in such a pattern here that it still does help them. Okay, so they're essentially put out here in an orbit around the sun. That's what we use them for. Now back here, they're getting ready to put that new telescope out there, right here, L2. That's going to be big time, guys. They'll be able to see so much back here. It's going to be crazy. And they're going to use this L2 point. There was a couple other satellites that used that. Quite a few actually. I'm not sure what else was there, but yeah, they use that. That's a Lagrange point. So if you guys are wondering where SOHO and SDO are, they're right here. Remember I say they're about 1 million miles closer to the sun? They orbit around the sun with the Earth. They stay there because that point is, you got the gravitational pull of the sun, and the Earth is in such a position that it actually helps keep it right there. You wouldn't think that the gravitation of the Earth would have any effect and stuff on the sun. Well, it does, guys. Our sun actually gets moved from all the planets in our solar system. Believe it or not. Everything is reacting with everything. And that's what makes it so hard to even do space weather. It really does. So if you guys want to know what a Lagrange point is, you can look up the official definition, but essentially that is what it is. Now there's going to be Lagrange points elsewhere, everywhere, between whatever objects you're talking about. Spherical objects, right? This just happened to be the points around our inner solar system that we use. L1, stereo A's out here, guys. Okay? I show you stereo A all the time. There's a reason it's here. It's because it doesn't have to be adjusted as much. They don't have to fire it as much to keep it in position. So that's why. I hope I explained that well enough. Anybody got any questions on that? Fire it in there to me, and I'll see if I can't answer that for you. Let's X out of that. Let me bring this back up. Okay, so actually, I am going to back that off too a little bit. Okay, this is SDO. Now, I just showed you SDO over here. These are the same data, okay? This one isn't as clear. The definition here on this site isn't as good as what it is on ISWA. Okay, you can tell. You can clearly tell. But you can take this and run a movie days back. It's real easy. So this is back started on the 12th. Now watch what happens. We're going to get a big blast up here. I posted it on my TikTok page. Anybody that's not on my TikTok, I encourage you guys, it's in the description below. Please go check it out. And I get it if you don't want to be on TikTok, I understand. So don't feel bad if that's how you feel. But if you are over on TikTok and look at TikTok, please go over there and follow me. I do post there, because they're only a minute long. Hopefully I'll be able to get to the 3-minute thing here before too long. But anyway, check out this blast over here. Boom. See that? Now that wasn't at us. Okay, you're seeing stuff down here react too. This one here is reacting. That was on the 12th. Now the CME tracker's been picking up some stuff lately. Matter of fact, if I'm correct, I think we have... that. Alright, hold on. There it is. Okay. So, take you over to CME tracker. So we had a blast here. You see this? This happened on late in the day on the 12th, early on the 13th. Now, I can tell you right now, even they're saying that this is not a very strong one. It's kind of hard to even see. Now, one thing that they're not showing you, and I'll show it to you here in a minute, but this is a top-down view. Earth is here, sun's here, and there was a blast. It looks like it's going to clip us. Is it going to do much? Probably not. I'm just going to be honest. It's not going to hit us probably till the 18th, I would think. Right along that line. You can see here, this is a side view. It hits us on the side view. And this is our orbit in a straight line. And it actually even, you can see that there too, where it hits us. So that will... Hey, Siggy, what's up? I just seen something in there about Ricky. Are you okay, Ricky? I'm seeing somebody throwing prayers your way. Hope you're all right. Did your sister, did she have something happen to a child or a husband? You don't have to revisit it. We'll pray for you for sure. For sure. Hang in there. Hang in there. What's up, Muse? Siggy in the house. Good to see you, brother. Good to see you. Earth has been in Dutch oven. I ain't gonna repeat that, Provoke, but that's funny. Just so you got me laughing. Yeah. Hey May, what's up? Pamela, Anna, anybody else in there I missed? But yeah, that's funny, by the way, Provoke. Oh goodness. Wow. Oh my God. That's horrible, Ricky. I hate to hear that, you know. And that's, guys, I'm just gonna, you know, people get mad at me when I start talking stuff about not space weather. But I haven't done a live stream in a minute, so here we go. Stuff that happens, we never know how it's going to affect anybody else. That's why I get so upset when I come online and I see people saying and doing things to people that just should not be happening. Because you don't know how that's affecting them. You don't. You want to come on here and start typing all day long on your keyboard, and you get to walk away from it. Guess what? What you just said to them is stuck in their head. When that negativity builds and builds and builds and builds, sometimes people do drastic things. And it's horrible when we hear stuff like that. I'm not pretending to know any of the situation, because I don't. I'm hearing for it the first time here. But some of that stuff can be alleviated by just being a human being, guys. Be an adult. Don't come on to anybody's channel and start slamming them, calling them, you know, whatever names you want to call them. Does that help anything at all? No, it doesn't. It does not. And I mean zero. Nothing good comes from that. Some people want to mask that with saying they're defending what they're saying, or defending what their narrative is, or defending their theory, this, that, and the other. No, you're not. You start coming out and start screaming at people, you're not doing nobody no good. Absolutely no good. And I would really encourage you to stop that, because you don't know what it's doing to people in their real life. You just don't. You know, I went through something like that too, Ricky, for myself about 20 years ago. It's been a while now. But I remember how I felt. I haven't really shared any of that, but yeah, I went through some stuff just like everybody else does. Hey, Wolfie, what's up? So it's normal to have those kinds of feelings sometimes, but you have to ask yourself, what really pushes somebody to that point? And do you want to be that person that finally pushes them over the edge just by typing something stupid in a chat room? Because sometimes people are that close, and sometimes that's all it takes. So why do people do it? Why? Because there is no consequence for them. But what they don't realize is there are consequences for them. They may not have it right now. They may not have it tomorrow or next week. But I'm telling you, that consequence will come. Those people sitting up here on these channels preaching at you and telling you you're doing this, that, and the third, and you're doing it wrong, doing all this, and you're stupid, you're an idiot. All these kinds of things. They're just as guilty as the people sitting in here in these chat boxes slamming it around. And it makes me sick. It really does. Makes me so sick to my stomach I can't even... because stuff happens. You just don't know where somebody's at mentally. You don't. And I know all of us, especially my demographics, most of my demographics are between the ages of 30 to 60. So I know you guys have heard this before, that when your mama told you, if you ain't got nothing good to say, don't say nothing at all. people need to take that and just run with it. If it can't be a good thing, why say it? Why? There's no benefit to it at all. All you're doing is making yourself feel better. Because guess what? At the root of all that, you're the one with the problem. You're not feeling good about yourself, so you got to come out here and try to push that off on everybody else. Then you want to play like you're Mr. or Mrs. or whoever, whatever. You can't do it and get away all that. You just can't. It will come back. And I hate that for you too. I really do. You don't. You're right, Ricky. And it just is. Man, that is the biggest problem with the internet altogether. So, sorry about my rant. I'll put timestamps down here. What's the timestamp right now? What's the timestamp? Let me look. Okay, 54. I'll put it, and nobody wants to listen to that crap, I'll put it in the timestamp, okay? I'll put it in the description box. But, I mean, it's so hard sometimes for those of us running channels and those of us or any of us that's watching anybody's channel to listen to that crap constantly. It doesn't do anybody any good at all. Anyway, Ricky, I am sorry. That's just horrible. I hate to hear that. You threw me for a loop with that. I mean, when I hear stuff like that, it smacks me right across the face. I mean, it hits me right in the gut. I hate it. And like I said, I'm a pretty sensitive guy. I know there's a lot of people out there that aren't. But those of you guys out there that are running channels and stuff, and you want to call people names and just say this, that, and the other, and you think it's okay, but then in the next breath, you want to tell somebody to have an open mind and this, that, and the other, and you love them and all this kind of stuff. That's so fake. It's fake. And it makes me sick. So, anyway. Probably just lost about half my viewers here tonight. That's okay. That's okay. But anyway, so we're over here at Seeds. Now, I showed you guys that graphic there. Okay? Well, we were at SDO, weren't we? Like I said, guys, I just threw this together. This wasn't something I planned to do tonight. But they added something here on SDO site, guys. I want to show it to you because it's pretty neat. Okay? We've always been able to get to this, what I'm getting ready to show you. It's just most people don't know where to go to look at it. Okay? So if you come here, again, you put your dates in. And actually, I'm going to take this back to, let's just go to the 11th. And this right here, you're picking your angstrom. But they've added stuff here now. You see this? SDO orbit, VO1, 2D, VO2, VO3. Check this out. Watch what this does. Now we can go to the SDO site and get to the same stuff. This is the satellite. It's showing you its movement and its position. You see this down here? Watch how this is doing. See how it's turning? This thing is always looking at the sun. But what happens is, sometimes the moon gets between the satellite and the sun. And sometimes the satellite is actually on the backside and the Earth gets in front of it. This is how you know. You come over here and you look at this stuff. So let me, I'm going to take it back even further because the moon went across there the other day. So let me show it to you. Let's take it back to the 9th. Let's see what it does there. It went right across the bottom of its viewpoint on the sun. And we seen it on SDO. It showed up. It eclipsed the sun there. But the moon went in between. Maybe I'm not on the right view, but let's try. I might not have been. Come on. This is actually how it rotates. It does a figure 8 pattern, guys. Okay? But it always stays above this area on our planet. So when this part of the planet's at night, so it's nighttime for the satellite also. So that's how the Earth gets in front of it sometimes in its viewpoint. Because this satellite, even though it's behind the Earth, is still always pointed at the sun. That's what it's looking at. It's looking at the sun. So if I go down here and let's try the VO1. Okay, good enough. This may be it. I'm not sure. That ain't it. I'm going to find it for you guys, okay? Hold on. VO2. Oh, this ain't it. I know that ain't it. What the heck is that thing doing? Okay, let's go to VO3. This might show it. Do you see what this satellite's doing? You see how it's turning? Why is that turning? Because it's coming to the day side of the Earth. Yeah. Anyway, I'll show it to you guys. I'll find it next time, and I'll show it to you guys. I don't want to waste too much of your time, but yeah. So, we'll go back over here to seeds. I'm going to look at the 10th. Now, watch what the sun's doing here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 eruptions that day. Okay? Let's go to the 11th. 1, 2. 1, 2. So there were 2 eruptions that day. The 12th. Look at all that. 1, 2, 3. That was a pretty decent sized one. Now we'll go to today. This is today. Now I know it doesn't look very impressive, but let me show you. You guys see this? That is a fairly sizable eruption as far as size, length, width, that kind of thing. Doesn't look to be too strong, but yeah, that's what it was. Okay? Let me keep going forward here. And then if you look here at the end of the day, today, this is today. Look at this. Here and here. Now, a lot of times when we see this happen like this, that means it's coming right at us because this occulter is blocking out the sun. And you're seeing it on both sides. But I'm not sure that that's what's going on right here. So if I keep going forward, these could be 2 separate eruptions, is what I'm saying. And I think that they, I'm not really sure yet. We're not going to get nothing from the 14th yet. So yeah. So that's what we got right now there. Again, now this is stereo A. Now this is I'm gonna show you guys that. Let's go back to. Well, this one will show it. Okay, this is our side view. Okay, remember the satellite's about here. Earth is over here. Well, satellite's here. Earth would be about right here. Okay. So if I go forward here, did you guys see that? Probably not. We'll back it up. This right here. You see this? I just showed you guys. It looked just like that, didn't it? It even had that little shaded part here in the middle. Here, I'll show it to you again. Right there. See it? So, what's that tell me? This looks like it's going to the left, right? But we don't know. This is 2-dimensional. How do we know? Well, we go look from the side. And that's what we just did. So, with that being said, see this? This is probably coming at us. That's probably what the CME tracker's picking up. Okay, now I know you guys seen the bigger one. Right there. That went off the backside. Look at that thing. That just happened about, oh God, let's see here. About 6 hours ago, I think. Well, it would have been before that. It would have been right there is when it first seen it. Okay? That was about 1800, so probably about 1500. Now, I think that probably blew off the backside, guys. Okay? If it's going to the left here, it's not coming at Earth. Now, I know you guys are looking at that. I don't know what that is. I'm not sure if it's a camera artifact. I don't think it is this time. It actually might be some sort of a, it might be getting lit up by whatever it's doing here. Now, we don't know where this is at. Okay, let me explain. If the satellite is 92 million miles or 93 million miles away from the sun, we don't know how far away this is. This could be really extremely close to the satellite, which would make it smaller. If that's actually out by the sun, that would be a huge object, number one, because this is the size of the sun. So, whatever it is what it is, but it only stays there for one capture. It's not there anymore after that. Let's take this back down. Now I know I know that this here let's see here. Let me go forward here. I know some people might think that is something. Just from watching these things so many times, I don't think it is, guys. I mean, if they were really actually going to try to hide this thing, they wouldn't have left it there for one image. Okay? If they were going to wipe it off there, they would have wiped it off of there. Just saying. Okay? That's just my opinion. So, do I think sometimes mistakes happen or whatever? Yeah, I do. But, I'm not trying to sit here and say anything. I don't know what this is. But I don't think it's anything because we don't know for sure. We don't know where what location that's at. We just see a general direction, position. We cannot know how far away from the satellite it is. So, 50 cents, you can send them. You're awesome, Sig. You the man, brother. You are the man. Grandma JJ. Oh, Bobby. Bobby, you 40? Bobby who? Bobby? Oh, what's up, Bobby? You 40 today? Happy birthday. Yes. Missy Muskrat? Yeah. Guys, yes, you gotta prep up, guys. Got to. Hey, Jackie. Jacqueline. What's that? So, yeah. I mean, yeah. Happy birthday to you. We all live in a zoo. We call it Earth. Don't know what else to call it. But, yeah. So, yeah, guys. I don't know what else to say about that. And again, if we knew its exact position, then we could go a little further into this. But it's been when it's only there for one frame, it's been my experience that most likely it could be a small meteorite by the satellite. It could be whatever, from anything. But yeah, give me 1 second, guys. I'm coming back. Just give me a second. I had to put some biofreeze on my leg. My leg started cramping real bad. Hey, Bubba News, what's up? Okay, so, wow, still cramping. Man, I hate that, guys. You guys ever get those? I know I do a lot. I had bariatric surgery a while back, guys, years ago, and sometimes I struggle to keep hydrated. I've been drinking those body armors. If you guys have never seen those, I encourage everybody to check those out. They work and they taste good. So, called Body Armor. They come in like lots of different flavors. Yeah, Deb, potassium for sure. Yeah, I used to have to take potassium supplement because I was on Lasix for a while. That does, it's bad for your heart. Oh, man. Wow. Thank God. Kidding me, man? Wow. This is ridiculous. Oh, something else I learned, guys, about muscle cramps. It's our first instinct to go rub that specific muscle. But if you can, the trick is to find the opposite muscle. Like the muscle that pulls your arm up. If you go stimulate the muscle that pulls your arm down by rubbing and pushing on it, it fools your brain. And your brain will release it. It'll release the cramp. So I know it's kind of backwards to what we all think, but that's what it is, Man, my gosh, guys. This is a bad one. Sorry. Wasn't planning on being on here this long either. So, just so everybody understands that. Wow. Man. Let's give that thing a second. Whew. Man. Been a while since I had a cramp like that. I don't know how you ladies do it. Getting like cramps on the inside once a month. Yeah, that sucks. I couldn't imagine. This is ridiculous. Wow. Sorry, guys. Man. Probably should have just cut the stream, but wow. Oh, goodness. Okay, guys. Wow. What time is it? Hey, what time's Pires going on tonight, guys? I haven't seen the notification yet. Anybody know? Wow. Man, guys, I'm sorry. Jiminy Christmas. Yeah, Violet, for sure. I guess we can keep going. I'll just stand up for a minute and do this. Sorry, guys. I really am. Okay. Anyway, so we got Geo-electric field model here. This is a Space Weather's effect on our electrical systems. Not much going on, guys. We're not really getting hit with anything right now. Not much going on there. So, yeah. I'm actually about done anyway, guys. So, but I did want to bring this to you. Now, noctilucent clouds. Lots of them. See them? This is what we expect to see. So, yeah. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Hey, Sid. E-Rock, yeah. Man, wow. Probably lost everybody, didn't I? Well, no, guess not. I'm sorry, guys. Man, this is stupid. Wow. You ever had something hurt so bad this made you laugh? Hey, Grandma JJ, what's up? Okay. So, again, here's the CME tracker. Just already went through that. Okay. Why don't we do this? We could. Yeah, we'll just do that a different night. This live stream's going kind of long. So yeah, let's do this real quick. Let me let's go over here. What time's Mark going live? Man, gosh, that hurt. Huh. No, I'm good now. I think it's actually going away. But yeah, thanks, man. Thanks, E-Rock. Yeah. Yeah, muscle cramps suck. Let's see here. I don't see his. He hasn't got it scheduled. That's weird. He usually has it scheduled. Let's go to the home page here. Uploads. Live streams. Huh. You guys heard from Mark today? Anybody in there? I haven't seen any notifications or anything today. Is he alright? I guess he could have been posting it and I just didn't see it. Let's yeah, I'm not seeing it at all. Yeah, it's hey Siggy, you still here? Kind of weird, guys. Somebody probably needs to send him a text, check on him. I haven't seen him today, anywhere. Yeah, it's kind of what I was waiting on, guys. I was gonna try to do a love bomb. We ain't love bomb Mark in a while, and he deserves it. So, okay, there it is, 9:25, 10:30. We should have already been on, but yeah. It's not seeing it, not showing up. Okay. He's got it scheduled, so whenever it pops up there, it'll pop up. So anyway, guys, I think I am going to go ahead and end it, guys. I'm sorry. I got that stupid cramp. It's killing me. Yeah, he's probably just running a little bit late. I just hadn't seen no notifications of a scheduled event or anything today. Of course, that could be YouTube, so just so you know. But yeah, guys, we are going to be talking about some other things in the upcoming weeks. There's been a lot of talk about like axial tilt and stuff like that. We're going to talk about that for a minute. I'm not going to go too far deep into that. I just, been getting a lot of emails on it. And there's actually been quite a few channels talking about it. They're not talking about the exact same event stuff, but they are talking about that axial tilt thing. So I've done some research on it, and I'll bring you what I got and what's going on there, and just show you the observations and the research I've got, and let everybody make their own mind up. And that's just how I do it, That's how I do. So, but I think I am going to go ahead and cut it here, guys. Sorry, the last 10 minutes of that was me fighting a leg cramp. So, But anyway, guys, yeah, Yahusha saves. Be safe. You can drink this Kool-Aid.